1967, Ferrari was a company just 20 years young. And in the 275, they put all the best bits of everything they'd learned to date. The chassis was a strong, rugged, well-handling, balanced unit, independent suspension all round, 5-speed transaxle at the rear, disc brakes all round, and of course the engine, that quad cam, 4 camshaft, V12, 3.3 litres, and the result was a car that drove just as well as it looked, and the looks were key to it. It was the last of the soft design Ferrari. I'd like to introduce to you this very, very special 275 GTB4. It's a car that we are extremely familiar with, having sold 3 times in the past, and more recently, totally restoring it to our highest and most exacting standards between 2015 and 2017. This 275 GTB4 was first purchased by us from the USA with just 30,000 kilometers on the clock and in very original condition back in 2009, 2010. At that time, it had been repainted in red, and we returned it to its original silver color. And later on, when we'd sold it another 2 times, and to the existing and current owner, he enjoyed the car for 1 summer before saying to us, take it completely apart and fully restore it. So, this car was subjected to one of our world-famous, class-leading total restorations. It was taken back to a complete bare shell, and we were on the verge of leaving the fiberglass floors in, but the client phoned me one morning at 7:30 saying he couldn't sleep all night because he was worried that we weren't restoring the top of the chassis rails, and could we please remove all the fiberglass bulkheads as well. That was the level and the extent of the restoration this car's been subjected to. A truly total nut and bolt, back to a bare shell restoration. During the restoration, we carried out lots of little extra detail bits and pieces so the car could be more durable, more resistant to a long life of usage, including little features like the headlamp covers have been made fully removable. Now, you might think that they are always fully removable, but that's not the case because usually they use just a self-tapping screw. But on this car, we inserted nuts into the bodywork so that we could easily remove and replace the headlamp covers for cleaning without stripping the threads, which happens so often on a 4-cam. Also, the chassis was filled with wax oil so that internally it was protected just as well as it was externally, which I think is something that no one does in 275s normally, but we did it for this chap. Finally, we did 700 kilometers in the car before it was handed over, fully snagged the car, ran it in, made sure that everything worked absolutely perfectly and beautifully. And as such, since then, having covered very limited mileage, when I jumped in it the other day for the first time in 3 years, I was suitably and unsurprisingly, I guess, impressed at how well this car drives. It really is up there as one of the best driving 4-cams that we have ever had through our doors. And as for the condition, it's on the same level, which you would expect any restoration should be, but it takes an extra amount of money and time and effort to get a car to both cosmetic condition like that and mechanical condition like that. And this car is truly that. Finished in its original silver grey with a dark red interior, it's to die for. Class K certified, ready to use and enjoy. It doesn't get better, you can't fault it. Someone is going to buy a great, great car.